Ashley's provocations escalated. She delayed his meal, prioritized other tables, and delivered his plate with pronounced indifference. The Lumiere restaurant glimmered in the heart of Beverly Hills, each detail polished to perfection, each reflection in the tall windows an echo of elegance. Beneath soaring ceilings, hung with crystal chandeliers, the city's elite lounged over courses that sparkled nearly as much as their jewelry. But on a night when everything shimmered, a man walked in dressed in wrinkles, rather than satin, a man whose presence rippled through the sparkling illusion. Keanu Reeves pushed open Lumiere's heavy doors, with a gentleness at odds with his rugged appearance. His jeans, worn smooth by life rather than fashion, and his crumpled shirt whispered of long days rather than easy afternoons. He moved through the lobby like a shadow, quietly requesting a table for one. Few patrons recognized him beneath his unassuming exterior. Fewer still looked past his lack of tailored lines. The one who noticed most was Ashley, the restaurant's prideful veteran waitress. Ashley watched Keanu with a narrowed gaze, the corners of her lips curled not in welcome, but in disdain. To her, Lumiere was a temple of exclusivity, and she its gatekeeper. She approached him with a forced smile, barely holding back judgment.
"Are you sure you can afford to be here?" she asked, just loud enough for laughter to ripple across nearby tables.
"Yes," he responded quietly. "This is the place I'd like to dine tonight."
Ashley turned on her heel to check the reservation list, typing his name with unnecessary flourish. When the screen remained blank, she clicked her tongue in irritation rather than surprise.
"As I suspected, no reservation," she announced, voice lingering on the word as though it were an accusation. "We do have a few tables left, but this isn't a casual spot."
"I'd still like to eat here, if that's all right," Keanu replied, undisturbed.
Ashley led him through the restaurant like a warden escorting a trespasser, bypassing gilded tables to seat him at a tucked-away spot near the kitchen.
"You'll be comfortable here, very private," she said, dropping the menu with a thud.
Her final words hung in the air. "If you need anything, only if it's necessary." Keanu thanked her, undaunted. While he studied the menu, Ashley returned to her colleagues, her commentary sharp enough for others to overhear.
"He won't last 5 minutes," she snickered. "Probably ask for tap water and the cheapest thing we have."
The meal began. As Keanu ordered the restaurant's famed filet de ricini, one of the most expensive dishes, Ashley couldn't help but scoff.
"Just to confirm, sir, this is a $350 entree. You know that, right?" Her confidence dripped sarcasm.
"Yes," Keanu replied, his serene expression unchanging. "It sounds wonderful."
Ashley's provocations escalated. She delayed his meal, prioritized other tables, and delivered his plate with pronounced indifference. Each time Keanu met her disdain with unwavering politeness. Other patrons, a distinguished elderly man, an observant couple, eyed the interaction with growing discomfort, their own conversations growing thin. As the dinner wore on, Ashley's patience frayed. She made pointed comments about standards and clientele, her voice echoing intentionally to the surrounding guests.
"That's why we have a reservations policy," she told a colleague, glancing obviously at Keanu.
Even those who had at first dismissed the scene now watched in palpable discomfort, whispering their disapproval. Through it all, Keanu remained tranquil. He thanked Ashley for her attention, complimented the chef, and returned every slight with genuine composure. He noticed the empathetic glances from other diners, a silent toast from the elderly man, concerned whispers from a nearby couple, but made no move to defend himself. It was the restaurant manager's arrival that shifted the night.
"Mr. Reeves, I wasn't aware you were visiting us tonight. Please, can I help in any way?"
Ashley, stunned into silence, watched as the room's perception of her guest changed in an instant.
"Thought what, Ashley? That this gentleman, one of Lumiere's owners, didn't deserve respect?"
Ashley stammered, her practiced speech collapsing. Her explanations fell short, her eyes wide with realization and regret.
"There's no need to state who I am to be treated with dignity. It shouldn't matter. Everyone who enters this place should feel welcome."
A hush fell over the restaurant, the ornate dining room suddenly united by one lesson. The manager dismissed Ashley from the floor with a promise of consequences. The other guests, their discomfort recast as admiration and shame, began to whisper, "That's how you handle it, with grace." Later, after the last guest had departed and the glow of chandeliers had faded, Keanu stood at the center of his staff.
"We all make mistakes. What matters is how we move forward, what we learn. Tonight, we witnessed the harm of snap judgments and the power of patience and kindness. I hope we remember, the smallest decision to treat someone with respect can change everything."
Ashley, eyes glistening, admitted her failing.
"I'm so sorry, Mr. Reeves. I was completely wrong."
Change comes from within. Every day we decide who we want to be. Kindness is always a choice.
The staff filed out in thoughtful silence, a new humility setting down roots. Outside, beneath the Beverly Hills lights, Keanu paused to glance back at Lumiere. What happened tonight was not just a story about a restaurant or a star, but a reminder. The simplest acts of kindness can be the brightest sparks in the darkest places. He moved on into the night, an understated figure leaving behind an unforgettable lesson, one that would linger in every meal, every greeting, and every quiet choice for years to come.